What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Timothy Bradley, Vasyl Lomachenko, and Devin Haney. Get this. Timothy Bradley, states that Lomachenko must avoid tie-ups from Haney to become successful. Haney has shown that his jab and tie-up style of fighting is difficult to deal with because he prevents his opponents from getting their shots off when they get in the inside and long reach. Lomachenko is basically a super featherweight fighting a welterweight and it's going to be next to impossible for him to land his shots if Haney is tying him up all night, like he did with his last two fights against George Kambosos. Haney's size will be a problem. What did he say? Okay, I agree with the analysis. If Lomachenko thought that Jorge Linares was tough because of the length, then Haney is a big lightweight, said Kellerman. But don't be surprised if Haney backs up Lomachenko as well as fights off his back foot, said Timothy Bradley. I think he can win this fight going forwards as well as backwards. Lomachenko has to get inside. He has to stay inside, and he has to get away from the tie-ups from Haney. The shorter fighter doesn't always have to get inside, said Kellerman. No, this is Loma's style. He's a mid-range to inside. Loma's not a boxer on his back foot, said Bradley. Let me counterpunch. I learned that from the Kambosos fight with Haney. Haney doesn't really like to exchange. He likes to be first. He likes to get his combinations off, and he likes to be comfortable at a comfortable position by getting his shots off. I think that at the end of the day, where Loma would be successful is him getting in and getting out, because Devin Haney will be instructed, if he's smart, to tie Loma up, okay? And Loma is a fighter that he does not like to get tied up. So I think this goes down to the third man in the ring, and that's the referee. See, if you have someone like maybe Kenny Bayless that constantly likes to tie in fights, it could go either way because, see, Haney could tie up Loma, and Loma will go the opposite direction of the clinch. And he does that because he doesn't like being in a clinch. If you notice Lomachenko, as you guys can see, Lomachenko will slip out, will bend his waist to slip out of that clinch. And what it does, it makes the fighter, either knowing he's trying to get out, either let go or punch him while he can because he has both of his arms or the arm that he has. Okay, so again, it's going to be up to the ref to discern or decide which style of fighting he would prefer. Would he prefer, because see, this is the thing about refs. That's why I created Referees Review. A lot of referees are just impatient as fighters. What they'll do is, some refs, like Richard Steele, would want you to punch and get out, right? He'll want you to punch and get out. He wouldn't necessarily want you to or necessarily want to come in and separate every single time, okay? And that may be a good approach because you could, like Haney could initiate those grabs and those clinches, but it could be beneficial if he doesn't do it all the time, because that'll stop him from being attacked, or caught with shots that he didn't anticipate. But if you have to punch to get out, Richard Steele is going to see and pinpoint who the hell is actually holding and clinching. So when he finds that out, and more than likely it will be Haney, he's going to then start, hey, I'm going to deduct some points from you. You know what I mean? Time. You know, like he's going to start deducting points, and then that's what Devin don't want, because Loma's going to make it known, okay, that he's not holding, and he's going to be trying to get out of that clinch, because when he gets inside, mid to inside on Haney, when he gets in and Haney grabs him, you know, Haney's going to throw that classic jab and then he'll lock him up. Okay, he's going to pull a Klitschko / Anthony Joshua 2023. Once he does that, and Loma is going to try to get up out of that, and that keeps happening, and there's no other progress of just Devin clinching him to wait for a referee, and you got a Richard Steele-like cat saying punch to get out, which he doesn't even referee no more, you know, that's what's going to happen. But if a fighter is comfortable, or a referee is comfortable with jumping in all the time to letting them reset, he's got a whole night of work. And what happens, these referees, they get antsy, they get impatient, and they start deducting points eventually. You know, unless they're on PEDs. Right? But honestly, I think I agree with Timothy Bradley. He's going to have to do that because, you know, if Team Kambosos was actually smart, they would have informed the referee. This guy is a mad clincher. He habitually clinches and holds. We can't have that for our fighter because that initiates ligament tears and joints to be stressed and a lot of things like that. So I think that Lomachenko would be better off not being dictated by a jab and grab. Okay, and I agree with Timothy Bradley, and I don't know if Devin Haney has the firepower to put him back. He has a good right hand and a left hook, but he doesn't really use them in sync like Pretty Boy Floyd. So he kind of reminds me of a Pretty Boy Floyd that's less aggressive, you know. And I think he uses like some of the Pretty Boy Floyd methods, of course, you know, the shoulder roll, but then he also reminds me of what Floyd does, you know, in these days. You know, he'll hit and then hold, or hold and then hit. You know what I mean? So he will hit you and then hold you, you know, and it makes it difficult to beat someone like that, especially if they're longer with better reach and the height and everything. Because, you know, Devin Haney is a lot taller than Lomachenko. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Timothy Bradley's prediction of Lomachenko and Devin Haney. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!